Welcome to the Sales Lab.
Well, this is a eternal lesson for early career people. Find a mentor, find somebody who can point out suboptimal behaviors and teach you this mature perspective that I think is part of what you're describing. How can an early career person go about identifying if they're not in a company that has a structure that, okay, here's your mentor, if they just kind of have to make it happen, how should they go about doing that?
Networking. I think that's a really key. I think networking in sales is extremely important. Well, I guess because in the industry we're in, and I'm just going to talk about the pipeline industry for now. It's a large industry, but it's very small. And so the more people you know in it, the more people that you get to know, and really on a personal level as well as professional, they can help you. I mean, I've helped a countless number of my colleagues in the industry find new jobs, find new employees. It's really all about who you know. And so if you're at an organization that maybe doesn't have a great sales mentor or maybe doesn't have a great sales culture, network, ask around, and then find a place that will work for you, right? And people are willing to help. I think that's the biggest thing, is that, someone like myself who's been doing this 17 years now, I remember what it was like being 23, 24, 25, trying to sell, right? And not really knowing much. And so I had people that were willing to help me. And so I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of people, at least most people that I know and interact with, are willing to help others as well, especially the young people, because they are really the future of our industry. If you look at the industry post-COVID, and you're looking at the labor force, we're going to have a serious labor issue. And so some of the trade associations I'm involved in, we're doing studies around how do we recruit, attract, and more importantly, retain our employees for staying in the industry. And so the culture is there. You just really need to find a good group to kind of have as your core group in the industry, and really kind of expand that network from there. But I think networking is really key and opens a lot of doors in more ways than you might know.
And I'm going to keep getting more and more detailed here because a fair amount of my research is around issues of social networks and the value of relationships. And so when you say networking, how? Inside my own organization, with external parties, what's my pitch to them? I know what I can get out of their accumulated wisdom, but am I just relying on them being nice people who want to pour into a young person, or is there some value proposition I can make to make this happen?
So we'll go in order here. So yes, internally and externally, and I'll get to the external part in a moment, but the value for internal networking is, one, you understand, the people of your company, and you get to know them and understand what makes them tick, what makes them who they are. And that's important for many reasons on an interpersonal level inside corporations. But also, as a young person coming into an organization, I love it. And I think most people do when they ask questions. And I think that the important thing is, if you're on a good team, generally good teams do what? They pull in the same direction, right? And so corporations, in my mind, are nothing more than extremely large teams at sometimes. And so if there's a senior person in the organization and I'm a young person, I come to them and say, hey, I have this problem, or I need to answer this question, or whatever. The way I think about it is, I want to make that person better, because the better they do, the better I'm going to do, the better the company's going to do, and the more money I'm going to make. So that's how I look at it. Not everyone does, but I think you need to find the right people in the organization that have that kind of mindset that, they want to win. They want everyone to win. That's not always going to be the case, and that's unfortunate. So move on to the next one. Externally, trade associations, groups like that. So here in Houston, we have a group called the Pipeliners Association of Houston. We're about 1,800 members strong. I'm actually the president of that this year. I've been with the organization for 13 years now. I started the Pipeliners Young Professionals, so a young professionals group there. I've been on the membership committee. I've really gotten involved. And people from my customers, so for example, on the officers' chairs with me, there are 2 contractors, so one of my competitors and me, and then there are 3 operators, so companies we work for. I have a meeting after this with the chairs, and one of those guys is a guy that's over that project I mentioned earlier that has the onshore and offshore portion. So it gives you an opportunity to just have even more time with them, contributing to the industry that we both love, and really kind of giving back. So I know that I'm kind of going in circles here, but the point is, getting out there and networking, it just opens so many doors. And whether that's with our peers, I'm friends with my competitors. I mean, we're building a project tracking sheet, and I need to know how much work is out there and who can take that work. We share information sometimes. We're not giving away, the farm here. We're just saying, hey, what about this? Can you guys do this? Oh no, we're booked, we're full. That's great information. It doesn't hurt anything really, but it just, I know that if they need something, I'm gonna be able to help them out too, right? So, yeah, I just can't speak highly enough about networking, but the Pipeliners is a great organization. We gave away $1.3 million in scholarships, and I'm happy to say Texas A&M received more money than any other school this year. So it's great. Yeah.